Alright, it's video time. I hadn't had one in a few days now. I'm gonna get another video right here. I got some vintage tools, Black & Decker, USA made tools right here. I just want to do a little test just so you can see the condition these are working in. These are good quality made tools. Back when these tools came out, they were not a high-end brand, they were a lower brand. But in general, I think a lot of people agree it's really better than the quality that you get today from new tools. They put a lot into these tools. I mean, if you know about vintage tools, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I got 3 different ones here, and there's a case, and I'm going to explain about the case for the Sawzall. I've been trying to sell it for some time now with the case included. So let's take a look. I've been trying to sell this Sawzall right here. It's called a cut saw. Just now found out that on eBay you can't call things a Sawzall anymore because Milwaukee evidently patented that name. So it's a reciprocating saw. We got another one over here, Craftsman, reciprocating USA made Craftsman. I'm gonna do that on a separate test because I'm gonna keep this little video right here with just all Black & Decker tools. So we got this cut saw, reciprocating saw. We got a heavy duty drill. I don't know really what kind of drill you call that. That's a end HDL drill is what 1/4 inch HD end HDL drill. I don't know. It's used in heavy construction for drilling big holes. And then we got this tool that's plugged up first. This is the most recent one I got in. Just now gotten listed today. It's called a Black & Decker. This right here is called a polisher, kind of like a buffer for buffing cars. I noticed a pad on here, and you'll see I want to go over the cord. The cord's got there's some little cuts in the cord, but it doesn't affect the tool running. But you know, if I had it, I would probably do is wrap it with some electrical tape. That's what I would do. A lot of people might go and replace the cord, and that's up to you. I was going to show you. It's called a heavy duty polisher. And somebody wrote on our store tag that this is model 99-1. This tag is scratched a little bit. And I don't know if I can get the camera to focus. I think that's right. I think they're right. It is a 99-1. I couldn't see in the pictures when I was listing this because it was a little scratch there. Now I noticed about this, it looked like to me that somebody put a sanding pad on here. And I'll tell you, I hadn't tested these other 2 tools today because I've had them for a little while. I tested this one earlier, and we'll see. You're gonna see just as good as I do, and that's why I run these tests. That's why I'm making this video. If it comes on or not. Earlier when I turned it on, the strange, I was holding it like you would hold it to sand. So I guess you can use it to sand or polish. That looks like a cut. That's a cutting pad right there that somebody's put on there. So, even more than a sanding pad, really. But anyways, it's a heavy duty tool. When I turned it on in the upside down position, I thought maybe it was a safety feature because it didn't come on the first time I switched it on. So there could be an issue with the switch here. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you up front, but let's see what it does. There's a lot of power in that tool right there, man. It's heavy duty, man. That's a heavy duty. I don't think they call it a heavy duty polisher. And it runs strong. Yes, indeed, you can do some heavy duty polishing, sanding, or whatever you need to do with that right there, buddy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That is a strong tool, man. Like I say, they just don't make them like that anymore. A lot of people, this isn't for everybody. So, a lot of people's not going to want these vintage tools. A lot of people really wouldn't want this tool, quite honestly, because it's a hassle. What they make now is cheaper and it's lighter weight and it's probably easier to run. I'm not trying to make no knock. I'm just saying what a man I used to work for would say, something like this. He said it takes a real man to run that tool right there. It's heavy. It's heavy duty. It's heavy. Let's go to the cut saw. I haven't run this in a long time, but I know it works because I remember testing it when I first got it listed. Now, it looks like, I do want you to notice, it looks like something's broken right here around this. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. This thing looks like it's bent. I will tell you that. USA made cut saw, Black & Decker industry. This was an industry grade. It looks like it's got two different speeds maybe right there. I bet you this is variable speed as well. I've noticed all of these tools lately, I mean, and obviously since these are vintage, this is going back sometime. All of these tools, depending on how much you squeeze the trigger, varies the speed. So they call it variable speed, and sometimes there's a switch that controls the speed, but you can control it with the power switch as well. I can tell when I ran it right that time, so the up position must be position gear 2. It goes a little bit faster in that gear. So you can see it's a 3105 dual range variable speed cut saw, reciprocating saw, Black & Decker. And I don't know if anybody notices, but I know this because there used to be a plant here, a Black & Decker plant here in the town that I live in. That's not where this was made. This says this was made in Maryland, but and they made DeWalt tools here. And if you notice the font or whatever on that, it looks like DeWalt numbers, that 3105. But I mean, it's Black & Decker. As far as like, you could tell that polisher I just had is older than this. That's my opinion anyway. That's what I think. But both of them are, I mean, that saw right there has got to be from at least 25 years old, I would imagine. Probably a little more. Probably a little more now. I notice right here. About this, I don't see the little tool to take it off, and it may be in the case. And if I do find it in the case, here's the case. And I'll tell you what I'm going to have to do. Unless I get a fair offer for this, because I found out I can't get people to buy this saw and give us a fair price for it. I mean, I'm just going to be frank with you right now. So I've had to start taking these metal cases. And the reason why is people think we're jacking up the price or something on the shipping. This metal case weighs more than this saw does. It doubles the shipping. I don't know if it doubles the ship. It doubles the ship. It over doubles the shipping weight, which doesn't necessarily mean that it'll double the shipping cost. But I'm going to sell this case separately because somebody might want a Black & Decker case. It's got some paperwork in there, and somebody probably just wants a saw just to run with, you know, just to work with. So it's hard for me to find somebody that's willing to pay a fair price for these tools like this if I leave it together, because they're looking at like they can go and buy saws only get a ship for $15 when this might cost $25 to ship, just depending on where you live. If you're close by, it probably won't cost that much, but that's just a average estimate I'm giving. Now, if the right person saw it, and we're in North Carolina, if somebody in Virginia saw it, you know, it might not, they could get it shipped here probably just as cheap as somebody could ship them a saw from California by itself. If I could ship this saw, I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split this up. I've been listing it together, but I've had it listed for a long time now, and I'm asking a real reasonable price for it, so it's not selling. And I'm going to assume that's because of the shipping cost. So I'm going to have to try something different to try to make it work. Now this one here, this is a neat drill, man. And I had some of these. I think I had some quarter cable drills like this, and I'm not saying that this is up to the quarter cable's par, but I had some quarter cable and maybe Milwaukee drills they looked just like this. They were the same type of drill. They sold for big money, man, whenever I first started. The older USA made ones like this is. And they sold for big money, man, whenever I first started selling tools here. got the handle right there to give you more leverage. So it says Black & Decker heavy duty, and I can guarantee you, man, it's heavy duty. Let's see. This looks like it's got a lock. You can lock this on. It's hard to do when filming at the same time. So you can lock it on. Just press the switch just to release the lock. All you have to do is just hit the trigger again to release the lock. But that way you don't have to sit there and squeeze it and strain your wrist. And I think, let's see if this is variable speed. This drill right here doesn't have a lot of variable speed to it like I've been talking about the other tools. It seems like it feels like when it kicks in, it's just going the speed that it's going to go. I don't see any kind of variable speed setting on this one. And the trigger, you have to really push it all the way in to engage it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think there's nothing wrong. I think that's just the way it's made. That's what I think. Of course, all of these tools are used, and I mean, they've seen a lot of use. You can tell they got scuffs and scratches. They got some character about them. But anyways, that's the like I say, it's got the chuck with it, so you can open that and put what kind of bit you want in there. So those are the Black & Decker USA vintage tools that we got for sale, and I'm trying to just want to make a little video so you can see them in operation there.